Hey, what's up? Slime here. It's time to dive into another anomaly. We've covered broadcast interruptions, Nodalican, scary logos, King of the Hill, errors, but today we cover a topic most fearsome of them all. Screamer videos. What is a screamer, you may ask? Well, if you're not well versed in Gen Z nostalgia, a screamer video entails sending an email to one of your buddies or gathering some people to the computer. Or you could just be blissfully unaware of the trickery some pranksters will pull. You click on a video with an unsuspecting title, such as Sydney Sweeney Goes Topless Down the Street. For example, Megan, it tells you to watch closely, or turn your volume up all the way. A few moments pass, and there's no Sydney Sweeney. Suddenly, a scary face pops up on the screen, with an ear-piercing scream. You run out of the room with piss in your pants, and you never use the internet again. Screamers were the biggest, baddest, anxiety-inducing struggle of the 2000s, for me anyway, and a lot of other people. It wasn't like watching a horror movie where you'd sooner expect a jump scare. No. A lot of times, you'd click on something as innocent as Elmo singing a song, and it'd end with your 3-year-old crying. There are many notable entries to talk about, from the scary car to the scary maze. So without further ado, join me in our 10th episode of Traumolgia, where yet again, we explore an anomaly. The first one is absolutely iconic. Everyone knows the drill. If you don't, it goes like this. We start with a car driving down the road of a beautiful landscape with soothing music for about 15 seconds or so. You start to become immersed in the environment. You look closely and focus your eyes on the car. Supposedly there's a ghost. You keep looking, and you drift off to sleep. Suddenly, a green zombie pops out and screams at you, scaring the hairs off your scrotum before the actual product appears on screen. This video is a classic everybody's caught on by now. It first aired on television and was later uploaded onto YouTube during the glory days. It is one of the most viewed and oldest videos on YouTube. Now, what people didn't know initially was that Kayfie actually put out tons of ads like this one. Same premise and many variations.
Did not know that one was gonna happen. Shit!
Some ads had the zombie, and others had the gargoyle, which in my opinion was much scarier. The screamers were played by two brothers, Brad and Adam Johnson. According to the brothers, the commercials were originally supposed to feature puppets for the screamers, but they didn't really like how that was looking. This is a very effective jump scare if you're not expecting it, and I can only imagine what it must have been like seeing on TV. In fact, the ads were actually banned from television due to the amount of complaints the company received. These used to really get me, but over time I developed a soft spot for these ads, and the guys who played the screamers seem like genuinely cool people. Up next, we have Jeremy Winterow's The Maze, also known as a scary maze game much more commonly. It was created in October 2004 by Jeremy Winterowd himself, originally posted to his website, winterout.com. This flash prank disguises itself as a simple maze game in which the player must use their cursor to guide a small dot through the maze. At the start screen, a note informs the player that the objective of the game is to pass through all 4 levels, and the player cannot touch the walls. The first red flag, there's only 3 levels. And it also explains that it's best with the volume on, but there's no sound in any part of the game. The first 2 levels are easy to complete, but as the 3rd level is reached, the walls begin to shrink and have sharp turns, making it difficult to avoid touching them, in turn causing the player to concentrate more intently on the screen. To make a long story short, once the player progresses far enough, a close-up image of Regan McNeil from The Exorcist pops up with a loud, distorted scream that plays twice, scaring the shit out of you. There are many different variations of the game with different colors for the mazes and different screamers. While we're on the subject of the scary maze game, let's talk about America's Funniest Home Videos for a second. Absolutely nostalgic show, and Tom Bergeron is absolutely hilarious. Alfonso Ribeiro is also great, but during Tom's run, I may be the first to bring up, but there was seemingly more of an edge to the show. A lot more cruder humor was evident during that era. And one common montage would be screamer pranks. More on this later, but in AFV, they notably changed the screamer from Regan to the ugly-ass woman from What's Wrong with This Picture. More on this in a minute. There have been billions of reactions to the maze. The one I remember greatly is the SNL sketch with Bobby Monahan. I'm sure I said his name wrong, but the one where the big fat dude punches the computer screen and the screamer is even uglier than Regan in the What's Wrong face. Absolutely hilarious though, and I didn't know that it was an SNL sketch until recently. The maze, for sure, was a part of the Gen Z experience.
I don't think my hand-eye coordination's very good. I'm sorry.
Oh, look everybody. Tom's got mail.
Now, looks like I've got mail. What's this? They want me to look very carefully at this picture, figure out what's wrong with the room. Nothing. It's a table, a couple of windows. Oh! That must be what these people saw.
And indeed they did, Tom. Dear good fucking God. This one. So, as you just saw, this one entails that you look at the screen and try to figure out what the problem is with the picture of this dining room. As you will surely discover, absolutely nothing is wrong with it. It's all a setup. It's all a big fucking game. After about 30 seconds of trying to figure out what's wrong with the picture, this ugly-ass woman with no eyes pops up and screams at you. Ugh. This fucking image traumatized my ass. I hated it growing up. The picture is just so unnerving to look at for some reason. The image of the woman itself is a stock image based on the famous Scream painting. The original image itself isn't that bad, and it was created by photographer Gandhi Vassan. For the Screamer video, the image was photoshopped by J. Bill McCarthy, who created the video with the intention of just trying to scare his girlfriend. So basically what Jojo Lean did. And now they're married. One thing I am curious to know is who the woman in the photo is, and if she's ever seen the Screamer video. Interestingly enough, the Screaming Woman was also used and edited for the cover art for a movie from 2001 called Maniacs, starring Jeff Fahey and Kelly Waymeyer, rest in peace. No, YouTube, not 2001 Maniacs, god damn it, Maniacs! The movie isn't that bad, but it's definitely no masterpiece. I will say though, I probably would have never heard of it if it wasn't for the cover. The Screamer is a classic, but geez, the Screamer wiki explains it entirely. PTSD starts on this image. This one, also featured in AFV, is one of those hypnotic tricks. These kind of Screamer videos were common during the oversaturation of Screamers back in that era. Look Into the Spiral was a Screamer video uploaded in 2007. In 2019, it was removed due to the channel being terminated. The video starts off with the text you saw earlier, and then it shows a spinning black and white spiral, similar to other optical illusion videos, with the song Space Dust by Hawkwind playing in the background. After 38 seconds, yeah, that happens. A picture of Reagan again, along with a distorted violin screech from Psycho. A very simple Screamer, in the style of putting the viewer in a hypnotic trance before a Screamer, was a very common type of video. I mentioned this one was on AFV, however I can't find the footage at this point in time. It was of a girl watching the video, getting the crap scared out of her and running for her life, all while presumably her boyfriend films it all. Zoken was a Screamer created in 2004 by Fritz and Stefan Voss, with a similar concept to What's Wrong. This animation, of course, has started the origin of Find the Difference Screamers. This one, as far as I know, is the last one which I remember being on AFV. I do not know if the following Screamers after this were, but anyway, it's literally the same thing as What's Wrong with This Picture, minus this scary eyeless woman. This one entails that you look at these two identical images of a river and some hills and find all three differences. But after 15 seconds, you get jump scared by Amy from Fright Night, who zooms in and out, accompanied by the roar from Steady Hand, which was a Japanese scary maze game. This one I didn't really grow up with, but Amy from Fright Night is a pretty horrific sight in itself, so there's that. I did used to be scared of her when I was younger. Overall, classic Screamer, just as effective as What's Wrong. Next, the rocking chair video. Ghost Caught on Tape, also known as Scary Rocking Chair, is a Screamer uploaded by Steve Zaransky in 2006. A YouTuber I absolutely love, Magic Mush, stated that Jeremy Winterowd made this in his video discussing Screamers, which, no, he didn't. However, it was featured on his website with the maze. Yet another classic jump scare video, in a dark room with a giant white rocking chair in the middle, and other numerous items in the background and on the floor with the TV on and someone talking. First, the blanket on the far right moves ever so slightly. Then, the chair moves. And then suddenly... Well, what do you know? Reagan McNeil again, portrayed by Carolyn Bryant, Steve's wife, rapidly crawls towards the camera and screams. There does exist an alternate version where Reagan is replaced with an eyeless woman with a wide mouth. Now, when I first read that part, I thought it meant there is a version with the What's Wrong Screamer, but that is actually not it. Like I said, this one's a classic. I didn't have much experience with it, but it's definitely up there in the league of jump scares. Another video, Little Boy Hunted by Demons, was also filmed in the same house.
Hey!
Another screamer featured on Jeremy's website was Jingle Bells Reversed. Jingle Bells Reversed was a screamer created by Daniel Fowler and was originally found on Newgrounds in 2004. The animation starts with an excerpt from the famous Christmas song Jingle Bells playing forward. After this, we hear the song played backwards, and after a few moments, a color-inverted GIF of Daniel making a weird face pops up on the screen with a loud scream. This was another popular one that scared a ton of people, but the image of Mr. Fowler here is nothing other than hilarious. The original image is even on the Screamer wiki, and it looks like he went and had Taco Bell. It still scared the shit out of a bunch of people though. Little Dancing Girl made it onto YouTube in 2010. The thing that's unique about this screamer is how little there is surrounding it. No one knows who originally created it, let alone the people who are in the video. It starts by showing a small room with a TV, a static to the right. Then a young girl wearing a dress enters the room and starts dancing. After a few seconds, when the girl exits the view and into the kitchen, Harry White pops up and screams. Well, what else am I supposed to think that is? This one I don't remember much of, but I do recall having nightmares about this video. Again, very effective jump scare if you're not used to it. The woman is very hideous looking. Like I said, reminds me of Carrie White from the movie Carrie. Like I said, absolutely nothing is known about this screamer. There's a few stories with the source being, trust me bro, but nothing critical. Hey, what's up? Slime here. I'm just reminding you to click that subscribe button and help support Molly Media Group. Thank you. Another reoccurring trick was subliminal message videos. I'll use our next subject as an example. Toy Story Secrets is a screamer uploaded to YouTube in 2006 by Neuralider. The video starts off with the title and then shows a bunch of snapshots from Toy Story 1 and 2 set to You Got a Friend in Me. However, at the 13-second mark, when we get to this frame of Stinky Pete, an image of the fanged freak mask created by Don Post suddenly appears on screen screaming. This one I included because it was always brought up in screamer discussions. Yet again, another childhood classic. Certainly a way to keep your child counterpart from looking up Toy Story on the internet. That's not the worst thing you could find in that department though. There have been tons of screamers like this one, and this one I would call the most memorable of the bunch for me. Up next we have the Nun ads from 2018. In August of 2018, an advertising campaign for the film began on YouTube. However, instead of using a trailer or something, users were bait and switched. Now, there were multiple ads according to the Screamer wiki, but most of them are lost, except this one. And needless to say, people were pissed, so YouTube pulled the ads from their site for containing shocking content. I remember when they first hit YouTube. However, I don't recall being jump scared by any of them at any point when they were on. Fun fact, Brad Johnson, who played the zombie in the Kayfie commercials as mentioned already, mentioned the Nun ad in an interview with Reese Productions 11. Here, see for yourself.
The trailer for the Nun came on.
Oh.
Right? And
Yes.
I've never done this before. I swear this happened. I've never done this before, and I was made fun of this for like the next for a long time. But I actually did that thing where you get so scared that you throw your popcorn.
Oh, really?
I actually did that in the Nun trailer.
Oh, was this in like a cinema?
Yeah, it was at the cinema.
Oh, wow.
Karma's a bitch, isn't it, Brad? Let's talk about SML. Yep, Super Mario Logan. Super Marvin Logan. Just rolls off the top of your tongue, huh? Thanks, Nintendo. SML is a puppet, formerly Mario Plushie channel, who has millions of subscribers and has been active for many years and has brought many controversies, especially with the likes of Jeffy. SML is a channel I enjoy watching after a long day of work, and when I'm 3 beers deep. I can mark myself safe from some of these lunatics out here, because I actually rather adore Jeffy. He's fucking hilarious. At first I didn't think so, but he's just grown on me. Although I personally find harder laughs with Shrek.
Oh, no more cheesecake! Oh, I gotta turn on my photon light!
Very highbrow humor. I have actually been following Logan ever since the Mama Luigi era. Before Jeffy, before even Junior. There are many videos casual viewers of today wouldn't know about unless they're die-hard SML fans. The one I'm going to be discussing today is SML movie Mario's Nightmare from 2009, the 90th video on the original channel. The video revolves around Mario having a nightmare. I didn't actually finish this one, as at the time I made it to the comment section about 1 minute into the video, so I had already caught on to what was waiting at the end of the video. At the end, Mario wakes up and complains about how disturbing his dream was. Luigi tells him to calm down, and then the video ends. Reagan's appearance at the end is actually foreshadowed in the video, with Wario playing the theme from The Exorcist on a keyboard.
Oh, sorry, Mario.
This certainly scared a lot of kids back in the day and pissed a lot of people off. Like I said, I had already caught on to the trick because I looked at the comments beforehand. Most likely, the ending is what you remember about this episode, if anything at all. This one's an oldie. It is where I come from. The Gamecube is a nostalgic console for me, despite all its bugs and errors we talked about in Traumolgia 4. That was my console for many years, and that was all I had, except the Wii. There was a bit of a liminal feeling with the PS2, and the Gamecube also had those vibes for me. It felt a bit off-putting at times with certain aspects. Apparently, YouTuber SNJ1234, whose name I've never forgotten ever since I saw this video, thought so too and decided to troll our little asses. In 2010, SNJ1234 uploaded a video called All 20 Gamecube Startups, which was later re-uploaded by Hembob after the original upload got deleted. The Gamecube is known for having 2 secret boot jingles, which are both featured in the video, but on the officially released console, that's where it stops. This video, however, suggests that there are 20 startup variations in total, including the startup in black and white, and the logo upside down. Eventually, we get to 20. To achieve startup number 20, switch the memory card B to A, and then back to B. Here's what happens if you pull this off correctly. Brad jumps out and scares your ass. This one caused me not to trust any video game startup videos on YouTube back in 2013, as I was watching it on the family computer. I was also looking pretty close to the screen as the screamer occurred, which in turn caused me to fly out of my chair. This one's not well known, but it is a piece of Little Slime's lore. The Kayfie zombie will never stop scaring people. Our final entry in TX. This screamer is an interesting anomaly, as it is lost media. An active manhunt has been in progress for it for a while. I did not see it when it was still public. But anyways, we're talking about Mario again. Mario seems to be the subject of many screamer videos. For example, Scary Mario commercial by the Jowie fan uploaded March 16th, 2008. This one is simply a real commercial for Super Mario Sunshine, with some text in the beginning suggesting something's wrong with the video. The video quality is very poor and crappy. The commercial finishes, and for a second, the old video done screen from early YouTube pops up, despite that I can't really see it on this video. Then again, Brad pops up and screams. This one was mentioned by Pat Mac, and it seems to have soured the original commercial for him. Can't blame him. As of October 2025, this video is still up. But Super Mario 64 Big Star Secret, let's talk about that. The video was first uploaded to YouTube by LotusMan17 on August 15th, 2007, and then was deleted from the channel in late 2012, after people acted like by being scared he genocided an entire town, and he got sick of it. What you're seeing on screen is mostly recreations of the screamer. However, earlier this year, bits and pieces of the screamer were found in a man named Peter's temp folders. All that remains of the original at this point in time are those first 47 seconds. According to the notes, the video uploaded contained the following. It was created with Windows Movie Maker 2, and the video showcases the process of uncovering the secret of the star statue in the courtyard. The steps to unlock the secret are displayed on the Movie Maker blue background, followed by gameplay showing the steps. The instructions entail things such as running around a statue for 20 seconds, kicking a boo, and then running up to a wall and pressing A. Eventually, after you achieve the final step, our old buddy Brad pops up and screams at you. The video ends with the credits scrolling down from the top. It is possible that the top of the credits said "Trolled LOL," but this is false, as Lotus Man confirmed that the top line was "Gotcha, get fucked idiots," or "Get shit on." Originally, the video had 3 different songs for the gameplay and credits, but they were muted due to copyright. As mentioned earlier, this screamer is completely lost. There is an active search in progress, and unfortunately, Molly Media Group has nothing which can be contributed to the hunt. All that remains of this screamer are the first 47 seconds and the recreation videos of the screamer. But we ought to be careful,
You better be careful, huh?
Nintendo might slap a cease and desist on it if it's found. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of Traumolgia X and the end of Traumolgia Season 1. Hope you all had fun exploring these anomalies with us. Tune in next time for the beginning of Traumolgia Season 2. Until then, I'm off.
What's up, Slime here? Welcome to this episode of Traumolgia. When we take a look on YouTube and elsewhere into the strangest of the strange. I'm a big bad green-faced motherfucker from the deep. Make the mask look like grass, damn well I'm high class. I'ma tell you how it is, things were scary back then. Take a trip with me down memory lane, down the road that goes deep, deep into your brain. I'm aiming for your dark, dark memories, all that stuff that you forgot. I'm aiming for your dark, dark memories, and trust me, I'm a good shot. What's up, Slime here? Welcome to this episode of Traumolgia, where we take a look on YouTube and elsewhere into the strangest of the strange. Excuse me, I'ma puff off a vape. This is gonna be some crazy shit to take. When you see that logo, your body's gonna shake. Bobby Hill on acid, that's something they could make. Goofy man on TV with a Pepsi can. Turn on Nickelodeon and I saw a super scary man. You better be careful with my BS too. Don't wanna make it red, it's supposed to be blue. Yellow, green, red or face, don't need to be that close to the screen. Sit back and get comfortable, let's dive into an anomaly. Or a big bad green-faced motherfucker from the deep. Make the mask look like grass, damn well I'm high class. I'ma tell you how it is, things were scary back then.